Hey guys, so if I look the same as my rat balancing video and my false exercise video, I'm filming them all in the same night, so kind of get over that, okay? Anyways, this is going to be a Glorian story, and this is going to be mine and Glorian's craziest girl night adventure ever. If you don't know, we used to go on these things called girl night adventures, where we just go walk around all night, and when we first started doing them, our intention was we're going to go out and see all this crazy shit. It's going to be just like in the movies. Oh my god. And that literally never happened. We literally never saw anything crazy, never did anything crazy. We literally just walked around and went to Andy Pan. Not that crazy, not that fun. Anyways, the only time anything sort of crazy happened was this night. Sit back, get some popcorn or something, and listen. Alright, so I'm gonna start way ahead of before any of this happened, because if I don't, a lot of the story will not make sense. Let me introduce you to a kid named Ryland that I was friends with. Ryland had invited me over that same day that I was supposed to go that night and spend the night at Lauren's house. Well, since I didn't have to go to Lauren's house until later in the day, I thought earlier in the day I will go to Ryland's and hang out. He was trying to hook me up with this guy named, we'll call him John. And so that's what I was going to do, is go to his house, meet John, and then I was going to go to Lauren's. So before I leave for Ryland's, me and my mom's ex-husband got in this big argument about me going anywhere that day. He was mad that I was going somewhere, and he was mad that I was staying the night at somebody's house because they had people coming over the next day to work on the house, even though he was going to be there the whole time, so I don't understand why he was so mad. But anyways, that kind of put me in a bad mood, so I was happy to leave. And I just, like, as soon as I left, I just went straight to Ryland's, and I get about literally on the same street as Ryland's house, and I get a call from Lauren saying, hey, my dad's in a bad mood, said no one could come over, everything's off. So at which point I then get even more upset because I don't want to go home, because I never got along with my mom's ex-husband. I never liked him. We just had a lot of issues. And so going to Glorian's that night was going to be like my way away from him, especially after the fight. And so that made me more upset. So I said, how about you come over to my house? And she said, no, Dad's in a bad mood. I don't want to leave, blah, blah, blah. So at this point, I'm very upset because now I don't want to go home. So I get to Ryland's house and I basically tell them I'm just going to go walk around all night by myself, blah, blah, blah. So upon hearing this, his mom hears this. I then explain to her the situation and everything that has went on, and then she then tells me if I don't wind up going to Glorian's house that I should stay there for the night. So I was just like, alright, cool, whatever. Anyways, so I hang out with Ryland for a while. John shows up. He winds up liking me, but I don't really like him, and no matter what I say to him, he won't stop trying to be like touchy-feely and flirty with me, even though I've told him kind of not into you at all, not into this, like stop, and he wouldn't listen. So it's getting really crazy because I feel like I'm now obligated to stay because of Ryland's mom, but at the same time I don't want to stay because of John. So I'm really like conflicted on what to do, and I'm really freaked out on what to do, and I just don't know what to do at that point because I don't want to go home. And anyways, about this time, when I'm really kind of just like almost to my wit's end with everything going on, Lauren calls. Guess who left? Her dad left, which means I can come over. Her dad worked weekends in a town called Danville, so usually when he would leave, he would be gone for the whole weekend. Luckily for me, it was either Friday or Saturday that day, and he happened to be gone. So since everybody there was like, not everybody, but John there was pissing me off, I was just like, cool, I'm going to Glorian's, peace out. So I get to Glorian's, and we basically do what we normally do, just hung out until it was time for us to start getting ready for the night. And usually on Girl Night Adventures, what we did in the beginning, we would get dressed up, and this was the second one we had. So we would get dressed up, put on outfits that we thought were like cute, and makeup that was cute, and then we would put like water bottles and snacks and stuff in our purses for that night if we were out walking around and got hungry or something. So the plan was this. Ryland didn't have a cell phone, and I didn't have John. I had John's number, but I didn't want to call him and give him my number. So the plan was this. I would call Ryland's house phone. He would pick up and either say yes, his mom was sleeping, or no, she wasn't asleep. And then if it was yes, that meant I would come on over. If it was no, that meant I would wait for him to call me and say that she was sleeping so we could come over there. So we get to this park that's not far from Ryland's house, and we sit down and we call there. The only problem with this is it's a house phone, and 2, Ryland doesn't answer the phone. You know who does answer the phone? Ryland's mom. Anyways, as soon as she answers the phone, my ass panicked and just hung up. I was afraid to say anything because she knew me, she knew my voice, so I felt like if I said anything, she would be upset for me calling her. So I then gave the phone to Lauren because they called us back, so I gave the phone to Lauren. Lauren answers it. When Lauren answers it, it just happened to be Ryland telling us to wait 20 or 30 minutes so his mom could go to sleep, and then we could come back. So we wait about 30 minutes, we call there, and he tells us, okay, she's asleep, come over there. So we come over there. And they already give us they just gave us some damn water bottles. They gave us some water bottles with water in them. We drank the water. And then after about 15-20 minutes while sitting there talking, I asked him, hey, what happened to the beers we were going to have? And he basically tells me that his mom was asleep, but his brother was not asleep. And his brother basically is one of those people that is a goody two-shoes, like never does anything wrong, will tell on you if you are doing something wrong. So if he saw us, he would go wake up the mom, and everybody's fucked, basically. So me and her wanted to leave because first off, there was no beer, and not only that is Lauren and Ryland didn't like each other. So I'm surprised they hadn't fought at all, but I'm really glad they didn't. I think she just wanted the beer, the free beer, so she didn't do shit or say shit. Anyway, so Lauren and I are going to go leave, and then John decides he's going to take off with us. Ryland is saying, no, I can't leave, and is also starting to get pissed at John because John starts walking off with us. And he tells John, because at the time, Ryland and John were a year younger than me, which meant they were 17. At that time, which meant they were minors, which meant Ryland's mom was responsible for John because John was in her care at her house for the night. John still leaves with us. Even though we told him no, Ryland told him no, everybody was telling him no. He still leaves with us, so we go to the park, we run around for a few minutes. I kind of ignore John, and as soon as I start ignoring him and not talking to him, he then starts hitting on Lauren, which, because I'm ignoring you, you're going to hit on someone else, even though you're trying to date me? Nah, bro. Nah. That ain't how shit works. Anyways, she then starts getting annoyed with him as well, because she also is not interested in him. Anyways, so then finally we get a call from Ryland saying his mom is awake, and she's pissed because John is not there. So we tell John, and we head back. So we get there, and John tells us, wait out here, I'm going to call my dad, he's going to come pick us up. Wait out here, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to talk to the mom, I'm going to get my stuff, and we can go. We stand 3 or 4 doors down away so the mom doesn't see us. Yeah, smart, right? And as soon as John gets in the house, we take off running. And we run, and we run, and we run all the way to what we think is this road called Prescott Road. It ain't Prescott Road. It was our old high school, which, by the way, if you don't know, the roads by our old high school during the night are patrolled by cops a lot. So, yeah. So eventually we do make it to Prescott, and as we're going down Prescott and Sanford, there's a Save Mart. Well, across from Save Mart is an Arby's. We're at the Save Mart. Save Mart has benches outside, and we're resting because by this time our legs are very sore, our legs are very tired. We're just trying to make it to her house, back to her house to rest because we're both very tired. All of a sudden we see a car full of guys pull up to Arby's. We then see them pound on the door until the glass in the door breaks. And we then see them enter through the broken glass or through the broken door and go in there and slam open all the registers. At which point we freak out and take off running again. As we're leaving, we decide we're going to go down this road called Sis because there's a bunch of like gas stations and stuff there, and we thought they were open 24 hours. Newsflash, none of them were. But at the end of Sis is Food Max. Food Max is open 24 hours. By the time we got Food Max, we looked at each other and I'm like, I'm so tired, let's just go over the overpass and go to your house. So we got up over the overpass. As we get over the overpass, there's a Circle K there that was open 24 hours. And we looked at each other and I said, you want to go to Circle K? And she said, no, do you want to go to Circle K? And I said, no, let's just go to your house and go to sleep.